Hey, it's the Grace Point Daily podcast. My name is Pastor Jeremiah Johnson. Good to see all of you. Just still a little bit of the recovery from Mexico. My family spent over a week there. I spent half a week or so in Mexico with some friends. We were teaching in schools, private schools, public schools. We were in rehab centers. And then we did a big epic no price tag conference for young people. And it was absolutely wonderful. Got sick on my last day. And so now this week I'm, recovering a little bit. So, hey, I wanted to present a thought to you. I wanted to make a video and then present a thought to you today. I do a thing called Junior Bible Quiz with my kids. It's all these questions where they learn the Bible. They're learning Bible verses. They're, learning, how many books are in the Bible verse, just a lot of different things. There's like 500 questions. If you memorize all of them, you're like total Bible expert, which my girls kind of are or are still. And now my boy's going through it. So it's really a fun thing. So my thing is there's like these meets they have once a month throughout the year and they go and they compete in buzzers, kind of like Jeopardy, something like that. So anyway, I try my best every day to just go through some questions with them. And the big thing for my wife and I is, we want them to compete well, but we really want them to know the word. It's not about getting a Bible quiz trophy, because trust me, even when you go to the Bible quiz meets, it gets pretty psycho sometimes. Like you get these parents that are more concerned, I think, about winning than if they know the Bible or not. Anyway, I digress, but Junior Bible Quiz is really good. So if your church has one, or if you've heard of it, get your kids involved in that. It's super great. But I was going through this question with my sons today, and I'm not going to put it on the screen, but just the question, this is the question. It says, how does the church grow? Okay. So let me pose that question to you. If I said, how does the church grow? How would you answer that? Give me your answer for that. And it's a good question because, I'm a pastor, I'm a lead pastor of church. So my responsibility is the church, and there is pressure because you want the church to be growing and active and moving, and you don't want the church to not grow, right? So how does the church grow? And I know that, a few different positions I've had now in my life of ministry, you can take on that burden alone and be like, man, I got to get the church to grow. I got to get the church to grow. But here's the answer that Junior Bible Quiz gives. It is this. It says, when individual members of a church contribute their God-given gifts, then the church will be healthy and grow in love. So number one, I do have a responsibility, and you have a responsibility, okay? So it's not exclusively my job as the pastor to build the church. It's all of our jobs together. And so first, I have to take what I need to do, and what you need to do is, as individuals, we need to contribute our God-given gifts to the church, and then the church will be healthy and grow in love. So I can't, first of all, it's on me, right? It's be like, okay, what are my gifts? What are the God-given gifts that God has passions, things that I'm excellent at that I can then bring to the table and give to the life of the church to make it better. And then, when we all do that, that's when there's the synergy, and, we don't believe in magic, but that's when the magic happens in the church. The church begins to grow, and we're all contributing, and we're all, putting into the pool and the community of believers together. So, number one, as a pastor, I'll be honest, when I read the answer, I was like, wow, thank God it's not just my responsibility to build the church. But then secondly, it is an individual question for all of us to say is like, am I and are we bringing our individual talents and God-given abilities into the church? That's how the church grows. So, the challenging question is, are you doing that? Are we doing that? Are you helping build the church to be healthy and grow? Because I would argue that even if it's a mega church or whatever, I wouldn't even say the size of the church. I would say there's still probably so much untapped potential in the church that has yet to be released. I would argue probably there's still a lot of people that haven't contributed to the church in that they're not using their God-given abilities to help the church to grow and to be healthy. So what are you hiding? What am I hiding? Is there anything I'm hiding today that I'm not contributing to the life of the body of believers, to the church, that can make it healthy and grow? Because I think, God's desires for all of our churches and for the body of Christ to be healthy and to grow. So I leave you with that Junior Bible question today. The question, again, it's a 30-point question. So that means it's a bigger question. How does the church grow? When individual members of a church contribute their God-given gifts, then the church will be healthy and grow. And did I say that? Healthy and grow in love. So there you go, guys. That's just spiritual thought for you today on Grace Point Daily Podcast. Good old Jeremiah Johnson back in America. So you join me Sunday at Grace Point, and we'll have great service together, give you some reports, all that kind of good stuff. So let's grow the church.